Ghosts. They're mysterious. They're scary. They're awe-inspiring. And they apparently love appearing as uninvited extras in feel-good comedies. In 1987, the funny romp 3 Men and a Baby was released. It was a wacky tale about 3 bachelors who get lumbered with a baby, where they step up to the challenge and become fathers to the infant, where hilarious shenanigans ensue. The film became the highest-grossing American box office movie of that year, and pretty much got praised by critics for being a heartwarming feel-good comedy. However, fans started to talk about 3 Men and a Baby for reasons other than its comedy hijinks. Some fans noticed a weird anomaly in the background in one particular scene, which made people think that a ghost appears in the background of the movie. And that not only is 3 Men and a Baby an enjoyable feel-good comedy, but it also has proof of the afterlife. So today we are going to explore the urban legend of the 3 Men and a Baby ghost boy. An example of what can happen when overactive imaginations clash with low-resolution imagery. So let's start this new Weird Tales in Pop Culture segment in my channel and check it out. So I guess we better start from the beginning, with Exhibit A, 3 Men and a Baby. The otherwise feel-good comedy was distributed by Buena Vista Pictures, which is a division of Disney. And 3 Men and a Baby is actually a remake to a 1985 French movie called 3 Men and a Cradle. Wow, I actually didn't know that until now. Number 10, 3 Men and a Baby is a remake of a French comedy. Nah, this isn't that kind of video. However, to the best of my knowledge, the French 3 Men and a Baby doesn't feature a ghost boy. Even more interesting, 3 Men and a Baby was directed by none other than Spock himself, Leonard Nimoy. Yeah, Leonard Nimoy directed this warm, feel gooey on the inside comedy. Highly illogical. The movie made $240 million on an $11 million budget, even beating Fatal Attraction in the US box office, and winning a People's Choice Award. So all's well ends well. That is until 3 Men and a Baby was released on video, where fans of the movie saw something strange in the background in one scene. It's about halfway through the film, when the mother of Ted Danson's character pays a visit to the apartment, where Danson's character introduces her to the baby. It seems harmless enough. However, viewers noticed something strange in the background, what seemingly appeared to be a person hiding in the curtains. Bit strange, isn't it? Just having a random person in the background in someone's home in a movie, it's not something you usually see, right? Nor is there any explanation as to who this is. This got people to speculate that the figure in the curtains was that of a ghost, namely a ghost boy. And so began the urban legend that the ghost boy was part of a family who used to live in the apartment before 3 Men and a Baby was filmed there. And when he was alive, said boy one day found his father's gun, and while playing with it, he shot himself, which fatally wounded the young boy. And now his ghost haunts the apartment. But the stories don't stop there. Supposedly in some scenes you can actually see the ghostly apparition of the gun that killed the boy. So yeah, not only do we have ghost boys, but ghost guns too. The story concludes that when the boy's grieving mother saw the image of her deceased son in 3 Men and a Baby, she was so distraught, she demanded that the shot of her son be removed from the movie, which led to a lawsuit where Disney stopped future home rentals and TV broadcasts of 3 Men and a Baby, out of respect for this poor grieving family. I can remember talking about this with my friends at school when I was a kid, and we would all frequently rent out 3 Men and a Baby or watch it when it was shown on TV, just for that one split second to catch a glimpse of a ghost. Yep, we all thought that this was real, and that this otherwise comedy movie proved that there was life after death. There was even rumors among my group of friends that if you watch the movie carefully, you can see other glimpses of the ghost boy lingering in the background of the apartment. This actually prompted me to record 3 Men and a Baby when it was broadcast one time during the 90s, where I recorded it onto a tape and spent hours closely examining the film to see if our mysterious ghost boy shows up again. However, the truth, as always, is far less exciting. The problem is, 3 Men and a Baby wasn't filmed in some apartment where some boy had previously shot himself, but the apartment was actually a set, built on a soundstage in a movie studio in Toronto, Canada, despite being set in New York. And this so-called grieving mother who was so distraught to see the ghostly image of her son doesn't exist. And it has since come to light that the ghost boy wasn't even a ghost boy, but a cardboard cutout of Ted Danson wearing a top hat. You see, there was a deleted scene which explains the cardboard cutout, in which it was part of an advert campaign for dog food that Danson's character took part in. Admittedly, without the scene explaining the cutout, it's weird having this cutout of a human form just lingering around the set. But it's nothing supernatural, but rather just a jarring movie prop. I think what also fueled the rumours is that fans first noticed the cutout on VHS, which by today's standards has very low resolution. So upon watching the scene with the picture slightly blurry with VHS quality, you can't really make out the image, and it could be mistaken for a small boy. But no, it's a Ted Danson cardboard cutout. I mean, isn't that just always the way? Just when you think you've discovered the secrets of life and death, it turns out to be another Ted Danson cardboard cutout. And no, Disney didn't recall any copies of 3 Men and a Baby, or ban it, or make any cuts to remove the scene. In fact, they seem to have kept pretty quiet over the whole urban legend. I mean, why would they debunk it? Look at all the attention the movie got, and all the people who were going to see the movie just to get a glimpse of the ghost boy. It actually would have been amazing publicity for the movie. But at one stage, the rumours of the ghost boy were very rampant. In recent years, Tom Selleck, who starred in the movie as one of the 3 main bachelors, finally addressed the issue on the Jimmy Fallon Late Show, where he admitted that it really helped with the movie's video sales, and he even claimed that maybe Disney themselves had started the urban legend.
This was a big deal for video sales and all, and maybe Disney made it up.
He further explained that, as mentioned, the movie wasn't shot in a real apartment but on a soundstage, and called the story ridiculous, further adding that the cutout was part of a big joke with Ted Danson's character, and that the character was a vain actor who kept posters of himself around the flat. That was the gag. However, Selleck said that one thing that was real was the pee on the movie's now famous poster, and that when they did the photo shoot, the baby actually did pee on him, and that his expression was real. So there you have it, folks. Ghost Boy is fake, Baby P is real. So it seems that this case is closed, and that wraps everything up in a nice package, right? Well, no, as weird supernatural anomalies being caught in popular movies and other media seems to be a reoccurring thing. Exhibit B, the 1989 James Bond movie License to Kill. The movie ends with a pretty exciting truck chase on a Mexican highway. Well, in the DVD behind-the-scenes documentary, several of the film crew claimed that highway where the chase was filmed was haunted, and that while filming that scene, several unfortunate events took place, along with stories of apparitions being seen, and in some instances the trucks would start driving themselves with no one in them. The sequence ends with a massive truck explosion, and this one photo of the explosion captures what looks like a fiery ghost hand coming out of the flames. The director went back to look at all the film footage with a fine-tooth comb, and nowhere in the film footage could this disturbing fire hand be seen. It's believed the location was haunted because a group of nuns were travelling on a bus in the location, and the bus crashed and they all passed away. Either way, the photo is so creepy, director John Glenn said that his wife won't even let him keep a copy of the photo of the hand in their home. We then get Exhibit C, the movie version of The Fugitive. That movie's producer, Peter McGregor Scott, claims that while he was going over the movie for its digital DVD transfer, he noticed something that he had never seen before. In the scene where Harrison Ford observes the train wreckage, Scott claimed that he saw a man's face just staring and looking into the camera. In fact, this freaked out Scott so much, he removed the image for the movie's DVD release, and that this man wasn't there when that scene was filmed. I heard somewhere that it's supposedly the ghost of a fireman who died at the location or something like that, but if you want to see this supposed ghostly double yourself, then you're going to have to dust off the old VHS copies of The Fugitive because it's not on the DVD or Blu-ray versions. In fact, even here in sunny Australia, we haven't escaped the phenomenon of ghosts caught in popular media, where we get Exhibit D, the Australian band Wildland, and their 1990 song, also called Wildland. The band filmed a music video for the song in the old mining town of Glen Davis in New South Wales. Upon going over the footage, many involved in the making of that music video were shocked to see the figure of a slim man with no face standing in the background. He's just standing there watching by, especially considering that he wasn't there while filming. It's believed that he's wearing a priest's gown, and that it's a ghost of a priest who supposedly died at that location. Either that, or it was just some rubble that was lying around that looked like a person. The fact that the image is in black and white doesn't really help. And let's not forget that the human brain has a psychological instinct and knack for trying to see human faces and forms in images that it can't quite make out. That, and I think people just love a good ghost conspiracy, so when things like this happen, with all the cases we've addressed, people tend to automatically think, yeah, it's a ghost. Either way, the 3 men and a baby ghost boy is pretty conclusive that it was a cardboard cutout, and was more about boosting sales than it was supernatural. Always ask questions before accepting things at face value, because it'll probably turn out to be Ted Danson's face. Anyway, I'm Minty, and the 3 men and a baby ghost boy is a weird tale in pop culture.